Hello and welcome to another episode of Anglin Insider. I am your host, Captain Jack Medla. We got a really exciting one planned for you today. I'm going to kind of go through it a little bit for you. We're going to start off and we're going to talk a little bit about ocean conservation, artificial reefs, what all that means, what goes into it, all that. We're going to do a little dive survey. We're going to get into some fishing, of course. You know I can't forget the fishing. And then we're going to watch a very special moment, a giant tug, about a 75-foot tug, going down right off of Fort Pierce in the Treasure Coast for a new artificial reef. This is going to be an amazing episode. Let's get right into it. I'll see you out there. Captain Jack Medla here with Anglin Insider Television. We got a super exciting episode for you guys. If you haven't already noticed, this big sucker right behind me, that's Tug Singleton. That's what we're going over today. I got my really good friend, Mrs. Krista Sohn. She's with the People's Reef Project. Well, she does pretty much everything. If you know her, she does everything. She's pretty amazing. So, Krista.
You're too sweet. Thank you.
Give me a little rundown of what you guys do. I kind of want to hear, your goals, your message, everything about it. Just give me a quick little rundown. And the people.
And the people.
The People's Reef Project. Those are the people. They want to hear about it. Let's hear it.
I appreciate you so very much, Captain Jack. You're such a doll. And a shout out to you. Thank you very much
I appreciate it.
For your support. We graciously appreciate you because without you, there aren't, that isn't the movement of upliftment, right?
Exactly.
And being able to educate and create awareness.
And that's what we're trying to do. This whole project right here is to get you guys involved and get you educated on what we're doing here, because we're not just sinking a ship.
You're right, and I love your science background.
Yeah.
Have you really shared that with your audience?
A little bit, right in the beginning, but this show is going to be our first real dive into the science behind everything.
Oh,
so
wow.
this is the big one.
The places we'll go.
This is the big one.
Rock on. Well, I look forward to it very much.
Awesome.
I'm super excited.
And another question for you. So
yes.
I know when I first started fishing and boating, getting into all this sort of stuff, I would think of, okay, there's a wreck out there. We're going to go fish a wreck. I thought it was a ship.
Many people do, yeah.
The ship just sunk.
And there are those that have.
There are those, but the majority of the ones you hear about, the big ones that everybody likes to go and check out or dive or fish or whatever, are artificial reefs. And it's not just a fishing spot. It's not, you didn't sink this ship so people can go out there and fish it. You didn't sink this ship so people can go out there and dive it. Yeah, that's a positive.
Right.
But the real reason behind it, let's get into that a little bit.
Conservation.
Conservation.
Huge. Very important. And I really appreciate that intro because it's so vitally important.
Yeah.
And so, hi, I'm Krista, and I hang out with the People's Reef Project and people like Captain Jack who are here in St. Lucie County and on the Treasure Coast who actually are really, really interested in finding out more about science and giving back to our community. I'm really thankful. I've been under the internship of almost 8 years with Mr. Jim Oppenborn, your St. Lucie County Coastal Resource Manager, and he is the alpha omega of the St. Lucie County Artificial Reef Program. So often people are misinformed about what goes on in our backyard,
Yep.
and I am always like, it's Jim, you know, like the little plane and the
Exactly.
little guy that ran on Fantasy Island.
Yep.
That's me running around like, you know, it's Jim, because it's so important.
It is. It really
So
is.
giving back, this particular vessel is just one of many that have already been deployed. But like you said, it's about conservation.
It is.
So there's a great partnership amongst fishermen, scientists, the average commercial fisherman, because that's true, sports fishermen. And there really has to be a cultural existence of a medley at this point.
It does.
Because
Yep.
conservation is needed. They all need the water and they all need the resources. So there has to be a way that we can work together.
There is.
And I've got to say that under Jim's internship,
Yep.
I have definitely been able to figure that out as far as in our local community. It's extended rather largely beyond St. Lucie County. And that is a huge thank you to McCully Marine Services. You see their rigs right here.
Exactly.
They are the true water cowboys. They really make this process happen. And they are the hardcore deal.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had the pleasure of meeting Jack earlier
Right.
this week, and I'm just super excited to explain this whole process, show you everything that goes into it, because it's a lot
It's so much
of
fun.
work, a lot of hard work, and you know, I feel like these reefs sometimes get taken for granted. So we're going to show you this entire process. I'm super excited to show it to you, and how about we just hop on board?
Let's go. Let's
Sounds
hug
good.
Singleton. She's
Awesome.
calling. This is a mega platform, like mega.
And when you look inside this, just I mean, it is just fish habitat
It
to
is.
the max.
And technically speaking, if you didn't have these large holes, they would actually have to go ahead and make sure that there were bigger holes to be
Yeah.
able to process the opportunity for animals to get through the structures.
Because I mean, this whole ship is a reef.
Yeah,
whole
the entire
So
thing.
It's all accessible.
100%. Yes, without a doubt.
And they're even in this second story right here.
Mm-hmm.
We're even going to cut a couple holes in there, I believe, right?
Yes.
Because this ship is going to be facing east-west,
Mm-hmm.
right into the current, and you want that water flow. Yeah.
Water flow. The way that water flows is the number one coordinate of why the reef has to go down, how it has to be there. Because if you don't have the right way that the water's flowing,
Yeah.
it's a
That's
muck.
another thing. Like
People just
people
don't
don't understand what goes into it.
Exactly.
I mean, this ship isn't getting sunk at those coordinates for just because that's where
Right.
you drove it out to.
Mhm.
It's not positioned in a certain way because that's the way it fell.
Right.
There's not only a science in just, you know, why we're doing this, why we're sinking it, but a science in how to sink it. as well.
Exactly.
So
Oh,
it's-
without a doubt. And so that's interesting that you say that
Yeah.
because McCully Marine, they are actually just original. They really are. That's why I refer to them as the water cowboys. I
Yeah.
tell them all the time, you're going to be famous because your ways, but they are. They
The
are
old
just
ways
gut
are
and-
always the best.
Look at what they're on right
Yeah.
there. That's what that is. That's a rig that takes out 200, 300, 400 tons of concrete.
Unbelievable.
It absolutely drops it. They know
dropping-
exactly what they do. They
dropping
bulldoze their way
habitat.
through,
Yeah.
and it's always phenomenal. You'll have to experience one of those. McCully Marine was established in 1996, and it is definitely it is a family business. This is a staple of our county. It is our history, and even if you go back to the Summerlands established, you know, they actually were the first people in our county that established artificial reefs.
Yeah.
That's
unbelievable.
tremendous.
And
Yeah.
that's I told you guys.
Yes.
Said Anglin Insider, all things Treasure Coast, and we got the Treasure Coast right here.
Oh,
And
you've got the try in the middle.
These people,
Mhm.
we're right smack dab in the middle of the Treasure Coast, and it's unbelievable. And I'm just super blessed to be
I'm
here.
super excited. All right, you ready to go on up?
Yeah, let's go up top.
Let's go on up. This barge came from Merritt Island. She's actually been submerged quite a few times.
Yeah.
So we don't expect her to be very troublesome. Although they did say superstition called since I said that there is a potential, which I think would be a bigger party for everybody to watch. So,
Yeah.
you know,
exactly.
if she takes 30 minutes versus 10 to 13,
Yeah.
it might be worth
And a
it.
little, that's a little foreshadowing for
So you know why this is so important.
I do.
Okay, so
Let's go inside here.
what do you expect to be in there?
All right, so the depth
Mm-hmm.
definitely plays a factor.
Right. So what would you say would call this a home?
Definitely, it would be cool to see like an octopus in there.
Yeah.
Just as like
I
an added bonus, but I could see a nice vertical Goliath.
I know, there you
or
go.
maybe a Kubera snapper. He'll be happy to be down below in the.
Well, you've got to remember, so this is kind of the mid, right?
Yep.
So on the rig, and then if the rig goes down exactly the way, it'll be like this. So it'll still have a bigger altitude, so it might be lean. So he technically might be like side tripping. Yeah, wouldn't that be neat? Within 12 to, well, actually 6 to 12 hours, but within 24 hours, there's definitely visibility of life that is totally
It's unbelievable.
taking its own space.
It's almost like they know that. Like it's coming down, and these fish. No.
Yeah, and
They
so
can feel it.
steel is so much more valuable in
Yeah.
the water as opposed to so many people utilizing the opportunity to recycle it, which I'm very grateful for. However, when there are things that could be placed down at the bottom of the ocean, we are just definitely the ones that want to have it,
Yeah.
without a doubt.
All right. Up top.
Up top we go. So there we're gone. And this is my favorite. She's just so angelic.
This is the cool spot right here. Tell me a little bit about these things.
Well, these are reef balls, and these were specialty ordered directly from Mr. Oppenboard. And normally, Macaulay Marine is the one who definitely takes care of a lot of the artificial reefs, which you'll be seeing. However, these were really important because they're small. So this means that the Oculina will spawn. They will actually
Oculina
spawn
varicosA.
yes.
Oculina varicosA.
Will
A
spawn
special
a
coral
very
in this
special
area.
coral, extremely special coral.
It is.
It will spawn, and scientists would be able to take the spawnings directly from these pieces and place them directly onto the banks themselves.
Yeah.
So this is like harvesting. I feel like it's a nursery.
It is, and it's really unbelievable. When the first time I saw it, I could have sworn that you guys were going to attach fragments onto these.
I know,
And
we
then
did discuss that.
from there, you would then take them and then plant them in certain
Right.
areas. But what Jim explained to me, which we'll go into much greater depth later, but you don't need to put anything on there.
No, sir.
Just because it's going to be dropped in that right spot, and these little coral larvae are going to find their way right
100%.
here and start making a little home on these little modules,
Yeah.
which is super cool. All you have to do is sink the ship. That's nothing.
it.
It's nothing at all,
That's
right?
it.
There's one last thing, Krista.
Yes, sir.
So, this ship didn't look like this before.
Right.
There's so much, we talked about it, there's so much that goes into making a ship, not just, a sinkable, but
Right.
reefable.
Right.
So we stripped, or Macaulay Marine stripped everything out of this boat
Everything
except
has to
just
be.
steel, right?
Yes, sir.
And then so like the wiring, all the foam, all that sort of stuff is not good for the fish.
Right.
So we just make sure that everything's out of here other than the steel, so that this ship is strictly reef material, healthy for the ocean, healthy for the fish, so it can be an environment that these fish and corals
Right.
thrive on.
And that's why the People's Project was formed, because the People's Reef Project is indicative of your responsibility as well as mine.
Yep.
So when I'm on Moore's Creek and I'm discussing water equality, and I say to people, hey, you should come out here to this urban tributary and please come help, it's because you're out enjoying the waters, and so they merge. Everything is connected. Our water is universal, and it is really our utmost responsibility. So the People's Reef Project is a symbolism of everybody coming together and unifying all the projects that Mr. Alpenboard and McCully Marine Services do to highlight their great opportunities and the networking. And through Marine Cleanup Initiative, we're able to keep all of that going. So it's been a great ride. We're looking forward to you guys hanging on.
Oh yeah, well we're going to show you pretty much everything that we just went over.
All right.
So Krista, again, thank you so much for letting me come in and show this and educate people, because it's really interesting, and there's a ton of people out there that don't know about it and would love to.
I know.
Think they know about it, and
they're
going to learn something, and it's just all really cool stuff. So thank you for letting me be here, and we'll catch you around.
Oh, thank you so much for your company. I appreciate you, Captain Jack.
Alrighty. Welcome back to the studio, guys. We were able to see the tug Singleton. What a beast of a ship that is, and all the hard work that went in to make it the artificial reef that it now soon will be. You were able to meet Miss Krista Stone. What an amazing person she is, and what amazing work that she does, as well as Jim Oppenborn with these artificial reefs and everything. So the first step that we do on this process, well, after we get the boat ready and everything, is we did a dive survey next. So they have to see that bottom, that sand, or they're hoping that it's sand, they're hoping that it's not rocky or anything like that, anything that would damage the ship when it's going down, and anything that the ship could potentially damage when it's going down. So this dive survey is done before, just to make sure that the ship is going to go down in a safe spot, and it's going down in the right spot that they want it to go down in. So there's a lot of science that goes into the positioning of this ship and everything, and basically they're putting it in a super highway of these corals, or coral larvae, that are coming up, and they're hopefully going to attach to this ship and the probes that we're putting on there, or the little coral modules that we're putting on there. So let's go ahead and we'll take a look at this dive survey. We're going to get some actual underwater footage of our divers going down 165 feet in the Gulf Stream off of Fort Pierce on a crazy rough day. They went down there though, it was dark. We saw some life, some shelves, and some nice clean bottom, so check it out. Shoot it. Yep.
How you doing? You up too?
Yep, you guys are good. Dive. Welcome back to the surface, everybody. That was a long, deep, and cold dive for our divers there. Thank you to SDI for providing us with two amazing divers that went out there and did this survey with us. Two great people that hopefully we will be able to work with again. So they did that dive, which is very, very important for this whole process. It's basically the starting stage. Once they got back up and we got the A-OK on that, we're then able to set a date and get this ship out there to sink it. So the real purpose, like I said, is about those coral modules and getting those corals there. But after that, our grouper species in the area, the gag grouper and the scamp grouper, were originally supposed to come in closer and spawn on these corals and stuff like that. Once, overfishing happened and we started getting out there more and learning these patterns of these fish, we not only overfished them, but we also destroyed their habitat. So regulations were put into place to help our grouper populations, to help their spawn. There's a reason why they're closed for the winter months, because they are starting their spawn season then. But it's not just about the fish population. It's also about their habitat and their structure, and these fish are really keyed in on this area and this specific coral to spawn properly. So that's our goal, and that's St. Lucie County's goal, that's Krista Stone's goal, that's Jim Oppenborn's goal, and that should be every single fisherman's goal out of this area, up and down the coast, all the oceans, to not only just enjoy these resources, enjoy the fishing, but to also give back, protect our oceans, protect these fish species, and do it a smart and reliable and safe and way so that generations, my kids, your kids, for many years to come can enjoy the sport that we enjoy so much today. So talking about sport of fishing, that's what I meant. We're gonna go change a little gears a little bit, keeping with the whole theme of conservation and everything. We're going to go into a little bit of a fishing segment here. I had some buddies of mine that came down from the University of Miami, and they're big fly fishermen. The fly fishing community is very catch and release oriented, and we did a lot of that. So we caught some pretty cool fish. We got some really cool footage. We weren't really planning on filming. We were able to get as much as we could. We're going to put something together for you, and we're going to have a really cool message to go along with it. So we'll see you out there on the water.
Yeah. Give me a handful. Where are you? Right there, right there, right there.
Right there, nice one.
Oh my God! Oh God, you got him! He's coming for you! He's coming for you! Strip, 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 strip! Oh my God! Rejected! Rejected! Oh okay.
That's a nice one, too.
There's 3 of them back there. I know.
John. John. Yeah. You got your out there? Oh, he's coming for you. Dead sticking it.
Dead stick.
He's got it on the dead stick.
Oh my God, come on. Oh my God, eat it. Oh my gosh.
Such a nice fish. Get him next to the boat. I'll freak out.
There we go. Okay, go and tip it. Yeah, dude, I think it's got to be a smell thing. It's got to be a smell thing.
Coming up.
That's another one?
Yeah.
Nice.
I think that's
Oh, he just pulled?
Nope.
Oh.
yeah, nice piece.
There's another couple of them out there, Jake.
Okay. Give me a chunk or something. Yep, here, just give me your fly.
Oh, wow, nice one.
Dude, look at all of them back there.
Oh, there's so many. There's...
Oh, shark's going all over him. Go, Jake, go, Jake. That's
Holy crap. Oh, he's coming for it. Jake, Jake, he's going for
I thought that was his fish.
Damn, that's a nice one. 40 pounder. 40 pounder. Right on his face.
Go.
Jake, just get it beneath it.
Jake. They're on that.
I know, I gotta videotape this.
Oh, the
Is
shark.
he legal?
All right, Garrett, tip me up. Yep, I got you. All right, Garrett, you can make that cast. Just get it in there. Good shot. Double hand, double hand. Oh, they're nice ones too. It might be too big. Oh, he gave you. Oh! Nice. Oh, he's gonna burn you. Always keep your breath. They're nice fish. Oh. Well, that made it worth it right there. That's footy right there, baby. Oh! I'm backing into this. 30? Oh. For that. Dead stick, and then as soon as they blow up, you fly.
Well, what a fun, action-packed day we had out there on the water. We learned a lot. We learned that, you don't always have to throw the fish in the box, even though we were able to keep some fish that we were able to harvest just for that night. That's all we needed. That's all we were looking for, and we were able to send a bunch back to live another day. Not only just looks good to see them swim away, but it feels pretty darn good too. So we'll take advantage of that plenty of times. Going from that, moving from fishing back to the tug Singleton. It's time. She's going down. She's actually down there now. You guys don't know that yet, but she's going down. We're going to head out on the boat. I was lucky enough to actually go out on the tugboat, the Champion, with McCulley Marine, the actual boat that was pulling the tug Singleton out. So very thankful for that. It was a very cool experience. And you know, I explain a lot of it when we're getting out there. So let's just hop on the boat. We'll see this thing go down, and hopefully we'll see some fish on it real soon too.